Looks like we are live. Let me just make sure that we're all here. What's up, everyone? This is Jose, the greatest living artist. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. I'm here in my studio. I just got here a little bit ago, and this morning I want to talk to you guys about something that so many people have asked me, and they've had a they seem to be having a hard time. Lots of people seem to be having a hard time, and I don't blame anybody for doing so. It is not very easy to make a living as an artist. A lot of people have been asking me, and so over the years, people have asked me, "Hey, Jose, how do you make a living as an artist? What do you do?" And I've been offering coaching lately, coaching calls, and that's worked really great. But I've noticed that some people, many of them, don't have a plan. Like they need a step by step. And for me, having a plan was like, man, it was night and day, right, when I first started. So what I decided to do was, you know what, I'm going to help people create a plan, craft a plan specifically for them, for their own special scenario, right? Because everyone's life is different. Some people want to do the gallery route. Some people want to go online. Some people just want to start making a living regardless of what it looks like, selling their artwork, right? Many people actually that I've talked to in coaching. And so what I decided to do was I'm going to show you how I was able to first generate my first 100K in a year. This was 8 years ago. How I was able to generate my first 100K in 1 year. Okay, it's I've been blessed. It's only grown since then. So I'm very. I know it sounds cheesy, but man, it's been a blessing. And but the first 100K were almost, man, so far away from me, right? Once I understood what I had to do, once I had a plan, it no longer felt like this unattainable goal. It felt like, man, it felt palpable. I can grab it, right? So when I first started painting, I was making about $2,000 a year selling artwork. You know, $2,000 a year selling artwork. Nothing wrong with that, but I didn't have a plan, right? Worst of all, I didn't have a proven strategy, a proven system, right? Something that was proven, because when you're starting out, you're basically going blind and touching everything and trying to figure out what, right? Where's the string that's going to take me there? Where's the yellow road? I need to find something that's going to take me. I need a north, right? You need a compass. You need a north. So when people ask me, man, why would I need coaching from you? I don't know. You might not. But if you want to make a living as an artist and things haven't been working for you, or maybe you say, I know what he's doing. Look, if you know what I'm doing and it's still not working for you and you're trying to do what I'm doing, you still don't know what I'm doing. Let's leave it at that. There is so much information around it and behind it that people don't know. And unless someone that's been doing it shows you how, or you tap into it by just sheer force and just being relentless, you tap into it. I'm not saying you need me. You can do it without me. Absolutely, anyone can. But it just takes a lot of emotional strength, right? And many people don't have that, and not because they can't or don't have it in them, but because they're already busy with other things in life. They're already they're parents. They have they have all these children. They have to take care of. Many times they have another career, right? Not just a job, but another career or another business that they're working on, and they just can't seem to grab that idea of how do I make 100K. And the reason why I said 100K is because I told myself, man, I'm not going to show people how I did I don't know, $5,000 in a year selling artwork. Most people have done that. Most people don't. I mean, what I've noticed that people want is, how do I make a living? And I thought that, depending on the city you live, 100K seems to be a number where you start getting excited, right? Some people get really excited. Some people are like, man, that's feasible. That's something I can pay the bills with 100K a year. I know that when I first started making my 100K selling artwork, it felt, I mean, I don't even have the words. It felt so much better than doing 10 times that. It felt so much better to do the 100K. It was like, it was so different, right? It was so different because I was used to earning 25, 30 tops a year, and I mean, I was, right? And not selling artwork. That was just my jobs. I started earning a little bit more when I got into sales, but it still nowhere near 100K. And I didn't stumble upon it. I thought I did when I first started selling artwork. I thought I stumbled upon it. I didn't stumble upon it. I wasn't giving myself enough credit. That's something you learn to do later on. I was being relentless. Now that I look back, I was being relentless, and I squeezed in, and I found a way. When you look back, you realize you never stumbled upon it. You were just being relentless, right? And so I learned how to carve that. I learned how to make 100K selling artwork online, right? Soon after that, I learned how to make 100K through the galleries, selling my artwork to galleries, to dealers, to interior designers. I learned how to do that. Then after that, I learned how to make 100K selling commission work, whether it be portraits or landscapes. Why am I saying this? I'm not saying this to, like, I don't know. People don't like talking about money, right? And I get it. No one does, except the people that need it, right? I needed it, so I needed to talk about it. I needed to find out. And if you're an artist who's like, man, I need to make a living doing this. My wife is looking at me like, dude, get a job, get a real job, right? Get a real job, or stop playing with it, or whatever. As it happens to so many people, right? I want to tell you something. Look, I know how to get there. I can't promise you that you're going to get the results. There's no way. Like, you can't do that, especially in this country. You can't do that. But I'll show you how I got there. And this is what I'm doing. I'm doing coaching, okay? One-on-one coaching with other artists. So in this case, with you, a one-on-one coaching call where I'm going to prepare you first for the call, and I'm gonna ask you a series of questions, like something brief, and I'm gonna prepare you for the call. And what's gonna happen is, in the 1-hour call, I'm going to gather information as to where you are, what are you doing, what are you doing to market, where are the places you're selling, what kind of luck are you having, what's the effort that you're putting in, right? And what are you getting out, so that I'm able to think and look back and see, okay, that's where I was at this point in my life. What would have I done, or what would I do, right, in that situation, knowing what I know now? I make more than 100K, but this was 8 years ago. Okay, so I only learned how to do it in different areas. I learned how to do it offline. I learned how to do it online. I learned how to do it in sales calls. I learned how to do that. I learned how to upsell my work using the phone. So there's so many ways of doing it, and there is no right or wrong way. There's just the person that knows how to do it and the person that doesn't. Okay, and I'm being as respectful here as a person can be. You either know how to do it or you don't. And if you have the information, but you don't do it, you might not have the information, and that's why you don't do it. I know this sounds a little weird, but so many people have information as to, oh, I know how to do this, but they don't really do it. It means that you don't really have the information, because there's fear stopping you between you and the goal. If there's fear stopping you between you and the goal, it means you don't have all the information. Otherwise, you would have done it. It doesn't mean that you're procrastinating or that you're lazy. It doesn't mean any of that. It means you don't have all the information. If you knew how simple it was, if you had the data, you wouldn't procrastinate. You'd be like, oh man, that's so simple. The reason why we procrastinate, or people say that we're lazy or that we don't do the work or whatnot, it's because we don't have all the information. You need to have the information. If you have the information, you're not going to have a problem with procrastination. Procrastination is just an excuse for fear, for not having all the information. So here's what I'm doing, okay? Again, guys, I'm taking in only 5 people, right? 4 spaces have been filled already. I already took 4, okay? I announced this yesterday. 4 spaces already have been taken. I have 1 left. 1 left only, okay? It's going to be $400 a person, $400. Now, if you think that $400 is a lot, I can't help you, because one of my early mentors told me to charge $2,000. That it's fair. It's more than fair. It's actually generous. That's what he told me, and I believe him. I really do. This dude helped me a lot some years back. And he said, dude, if you're going to show someone how you made $100K, if you're going to show us step by step, if you're going to talk to them on the phone for an hour, and then you're going to go to your office and you're going to craft a plan, you're going to type it in, you're going to put it in a PDF, and A, B, and C, and then 2 weeks later, you're going to follow up with them and you're going to see where you need to adjust or where they need to adjust to show them how you made $100K so that they can go make their own. It's more than fair that you charge $2,000. Who wouldn't pay $2,000 to learn how to make 100, right? And so I said, nah, man, I'm not gonna do $2,000. I don't know. It's because I'm not a coach. I don't do that. I'm a painter. I mean, I make my income from painting, from selling artwork, not from coaching. But after a while, I've been open to coaching. Okay, I've been open to coaching. I've been open to helping other people. So this has only been recently, guys. I'm not a coach, okay? I've been just starting to do this because people have asked me so many times, how do you do it? Can you help me? Sending emails. People come and visit to my studio. I get people from all over the world come to my studio. I don't even understand why people from the U.S. don't come to my studio. Well, they do, but I get people from outside the U.S. come to the studio and to want to learn, right? To want to learn what I'm doing, so that they can do it in their country. So I said, I'm going to charge $1,000, one of those ridiculous prices like $9.95 or $9.99, something like that. And then I thought about it and I was like, you know what? Since I'm barely starting to do this, it doesn't mean I don't know how to do it. I know how to do it, but I want to get people excited. I'm going to charge only $400, less than half of what I initially thought. Okay, what I initially thought I was going to charge. My mentor said charge $2,000. I said no, not until I'm really doing it full time. I'll charge $1,000. He said, all right, well, whatever. You can leave the money on the table if you want. It's your business. And after a while of thinking about it, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take in 5 people. 4 spots already been taken. Okay, I barely announced this yesterday. About 10 people called me right away, but 4 have already been taken. Like 4 have already, they're in, okay? I only have 1 spot left. If you are an artist who's trying to make a living and seem to be lost, or you're like, man, I try this, I try that, and it's not happening, I promise you it's not because your artwork sucks. Not 99% of the time, 99.9% of the time, your artwork is fine. It's not because your artwork sucks. If you're an artist, right? If you're an artist. It's not because you procrastinate. It's not because you are lazy. It's not because of any of those excuses. It is because you do not have all of the information and you have fear moving forward. That is all. So why not talk to someone who's already done it to tell you, look, this is what I would do if I were in your shoes. I'm going to craft something. It can't be cookie cutter. Because you might be a mom who has 5 children who only has the weekends to do this, right? So I have to think outside the box. I have to move. I have to move myself and figure out, what would I do if I only had 2 days? What would be the best use of my time knowing what I know now, if I only had 2 days to really devote to marketing and selling my artwork? Maybe every day you paint for 1 or 2 hours, but you really only have the weekends left. Right? Maybe you're a student. Maybe you're a college student who is doing school full time and you only have 3 hours of the day, what would be the best time? Maybe you own a business and you're like, man, I really don't have time, but I really want to learn this because I want to help my wife or whatever, right? Maybe your wife is the artist. I really want to help my wife, and I need to talk to someone who's done it. Now, here's the funny thing, guys. Okay, I promise you this: the sixth person that gets into this, it's gonna pay the $1,000. It's gonna pay the $9.99. There's plenty of people that want to do it. I didn't realize how important this was for so many people. I mean, I knew, but I didn't put together a plan because I was busy painting. I'm busy painting. Don't believe me. I'm a painter, guys. Okay, I'm an artist. I'm in my studio here. I was busy creating artwork. This is what I do. I hope you saw the background. I didn't get a Starbucks, but this is fine. Let me read some of the comments real quick. I think I skipped a comment from Chanel. Chanel, how's it going? I hope you're still here. Chanel says, I get momentum, but it feels like luck, not actual living. I know exactly what you mean. Look, if you don't have all the info, it's always going to feel like this. Okay? It's going to feel like you have peaks and valleys. The peaks and valleys are okay as long as they're trending up. Okay? I did well one week. I didn't do so well the other week, the next week. They're fine as long as the month seems like it's going up. Right? So it might be I made $1,000 this week, but next week I only made $500. But the other week I made $4,000. You want it to trend up, okay? And at the end of the month, it went a little higher, right? Just a little higher. At the very least, it stayed the same. At the very least, it's balanced. At the very least, right? I don't want to talk about that right now, but I'll just touch it. You don't want it to stay a flat line forever, though. Okay, you need to trend it up constantly because everything changes, prices go up, and on and on and on. And I'll get to that later. For those of you who are taking the opportunity, Carrington today says this is such a great opportunity. Very cool. I love that. So for those of you who are asking yourselves, it's starting to rain here. Man, how do I do this? And you're going to YouTube to watch videos, and you're going to, you're spending all this time, right? Watching videos, free YouTube videos. You're trying to get free information. I get it. I completely get it. When we're starting out, that's the go-to, right? You go and you're looking at what people are doing, what people are selling, how are they doing it. I get tons of people looking at what I'm doing and trying to do the same thing, and they still can't nail it. Whether they're trying to do the gallery thing or they're trying to do eBay the way I do it, they still can't nail it. But they don't raise their hand. They don't raise their hand and say, Jose, help me out here. How do you do it? They won't raise their hand. And I think it's bizarre. I think it's so crazy. I'm like, why are you trying to do it yourself if you have me in front of you? You're trying to find the needle in the haystack, but I got the magnet. I know where in the haystack it is, and I got the magnet to pull the needle out. And you're going bananas looking for the needle in the haystack. So I see this artist who are painting and they're and it breaks my heart really because they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to figure this thing out. Number one, for free, right? Like people are giving this information away. No one's giving the information away, guys. No one's gonna coach you for free. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't. It doesn't happen. No one that's doing, unless it's like a very close friend or whatever. I remember coaching close friends and people that I knew, and they still didn't do it. Many of them. Some of them did, but many of them still didn't do it. And I find that It's only the people that really want to do it. So one of my mentors said, dude, you can't do it for free because they're not going to do it. It didn't cost them anything. They don't have skin in the game. They need to pay something. They need to feel like they have skin in the game. So that's when I learned that, because I was telling people left and right, hey, look, this is how you do it. This is how you do this. This is how you get galleries. This is exactly how this happens. This is exactly how you get interior designers to work with you, and on and on. And also what I found out after a while is that people need a step-by-step. We human beings are very, we don't trust things. We don't trust things. I don't blame anyone for that. It's just the way that we carry ourselves as people, right? It's humanity. We just don't trust things. So if I tell you, look, this is how you make a living selling your artwork online, I'm gonna show you how, people still scratch their heads. They get excited. They're like, yeah, and then they start scratching their heads because they don't trust it. They don't trust it, right? And they don't trust it not because they just didn't get the information. It's because they don't trust themselves. So what I discovered is that they need a plan. They need an A, B, C. This is what you're going to do first, and then this is what you're going to do next, and then this is exactly the plan you're going to follow. So that's the missing link. Okay, that's the missing formula. Let's call it that artists needed. When I coach artists, unless they're already creating some sort of income, it makes sense when I call them on the phone and, we get this coaching calls. It makes sense. They're like, man, I'm having trouble here. Because they're already earning income. I can tell them, this is what you're doing wrong, or you're not doing enough of this. Or I remember being there, this is what's going on. Flip it, right? This is what you need to do now. And so they get it. But artists that are not making yet an income in their artwork, it's kind of ethereal. They can't seem to get it. So I need to craft a specific plan for them, a strategy for them. This is exactly what you need to do. Okay? So this is what you're going to get with the coaching call. You're going to get 1 hour call with me. Prior to the hour, I'm going to prepare you. I'm going to send you a couple of questions, very brief. You're going to send me a brief info about what you're doing. Where are you marketing? Are you marketing on Facebook, Instagram? Are you paying ads? I want to know what you're doing. I want to know where you're at. Okay? And what sort of income are you generating off of it? In order for me to help you. These are just very brief questions in order for me to pinpoint where your pain points are, or where you need to get out of your comfort zone. Don't kid yourself. The whole thing is about comfort. We don't want to stay, we don't want to be uncomfortable, okay? So I'm going to show you, and I'm going to help you how to do that. So that's the very first thing. So you're going to get an hour of phone call with me. This is going to be either via the phone or Zoom. Okay, we're going to do it on the Zoom app. And then you're going to, based on what we talk and the information that I gather, I'm going to go back to my studio. I'm going to get here, my office, and I'm going to type a specific plan for you. A, B, and C, what you have to do. I'm going to put it in a PDF and I'm going to send it to you. This is not going to be cookie cutter. Don't think that the one I type is for everyone. This is going to be specifically for you, based on your needs, based on your strengths, and on your weaknesses. As a matter of fact, I really don't care about your weaknesses. I want to know what you're good at. And I want to double down on that. I want to find out what you're good at. It's easier and much more, not just easier, but much more effective for me to pinpoint your strengths, because your strengths are already high. So what we want to do is we want to push them higher than getting your weaknesses and leveling them up. Okay? So it is much more effective to get your strengths. I want to find out what you're good at. Are you good at talking to people? Are you good at writing? Are you good at, talking on the phone? Are you good at painting in a way that you can create multiple pieces of artwork? Or maybe that's not your forte. Maybe then you're good at doing something else around it. We need to find out what you're good at. You're already good at something. The fact that you don't give yourself credit, that's another thing. But I'm there to give you credit. I'm there to find out what you're good at, because I know you're good at something. You're actually good at multiple things, and I want to find out so I can better help you. So instead of paying $1,000, you're going to pay $400. $400, that's what you're getting. You're getting an hour phone call with me. a coaching session, okay, where I'm going to show you exactly how I was able to make 100K so that you can run after it and get your own 100K with a plan. The plan is going to be in a PDF. You're going to revise it, and you're going to look. Besides, you can always contact me. You can always contact me. I have an open line. Okay, once you coach with me, you can always contact me. This does not mean that you're going to get indefinitely coaching from me and whatnot, but it means that you can contact me. You can be like, dude, I got this question. If it's fair, if it's like, you know what, maybe I didn't cover that enough. Here, I usually answer. Like 9 out of 10, I answer the questions because it's something that people are having a hard time with, or they're maybe not very clear on. Maybe I left something out or whatever. Another thing, I don't want to keep your money if I didn't help you. Okay? If you feel like I didn't help you, I don't want the bad juju money. Okay? You can have it back. I'm not in need of it. Okay? It'll help my studio. Yes, I am selling it. It's not free. That's why I'm putting a price tag. But it's really for you. I mean, the bottom line is that you need to have skin in the game. If you don't have skin in the game, you're not going to really want to push. That's really what it is for. Otherwise, I'd be charging the $2,000 my coach told me to charge, or at least the $1,000 that I thought initially I was going to charge. But instead of that, I'm charging less than half, $400, just to get you to put something in, to have some skin in the game, okay? After 2 weeks of the coaching session, I want to get back to you. I want to find out. I'm going to send you an email, and I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and I want you to be truthful with me and tell me what you're doing, what you're not doing. If you're not doing it, don't feel shame. Some people don't do it, okay? Some people just don't. But I know you will. You still watching this? I know you will, because you want to do this, okay? Don't feel shame if you don't have enough time or things get in the way. It doesn't matter. We push back again and we try again. Okay? I want to be as truthful with you as possible. Not everybody does it. Okay? Not everybody does it. And again, they don't do it not because they are lazy or whatever. You may be thinking, man, I'm not going to do it. I'm lazy. I don't want to pay the $400. I know he's well-meaning. I know he knows. I trust that he knows what he's talking about. But I don't want to pay the $400 because I don't trust myself. Look, I'm going to push you. Once you coach with me, even for an hour, I have people that have coached with me for a dozen hours because they need the next step, right? Some people need the next step. They're earning more income or whatever. They need the next step. Once you coach with me, I have an open line with you. Besides, what I was just telling you right now, look, I don't want your money if you didn't feel like I helped you. If you felt like I didn't help you and you felt a loss of $400, tell me immediately. I'll PayPal you the $400 that moment. Like, tell me immediately. I'm the type of artist that goes to sleep like a baby. Okay? When someone says, I didn't like the painting, oh my God, I thought it was going to be different, or oh my God, I thought the colors or whatever, I try to resolve it, right? That's the first thing I do. Let me resolve it. But if I can't resolve it, and if it's like they just felt like it didn't work for them, that's fine. If the coaching didn't work for you, I don't want to keep your money. I want you to know this, okay? I want you to know this. I want you to know that you're dealing with someone that has integrity on this shit. If you felt like I didn't help you and you felt like you lost $400 with me, okay? I want you to contact me immediately and I'll send you back your money. No questions asked. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, what happened? Oh, blah, blah. No, I'll send you your money right away because I don't want you to feel like you got screwed. You know, that's the last thing. I've been screwed before with coaching. Finding the right mentor, finding the right coach. So I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to not have $300 at hand and then someone just taking them, you know, and then not really helping me, not really telling me what to do. This is why I started doing the coaching. This is why I was hesitant in the beginning. But the reason I was hesitant is because I didn't want to have that burden. I didn't want people to be like, man, you didn't help me. I didn't want to feel that. But the reason after that, once I started like really understanding, man, people need this, it's because I didn't want anyone else to feel the same way, how I felt. Man, if I'm going to help someone, I'm really going to help someone. Otherwise, I don't want their money. So with that being said, you have a 100% money back guarantee on your $400. Chanel says, I spent so much money on classes and I paint the exact same. If I could go back, I would spend on mentor. No one does mentorship anymore. Yeah, no one does mentorship except me. There's people that do it, but I mean, to each their own. I've seen lots of people that are doing it, and you know, whatever. I haven't found someone that does it and it's actually doing it. In other words, they're drinking the Kool-Aid themselves. In other words, they're also artists. I see people doing coaching that are not artists, therefore don't understand the implications, the challenges of being an artist. They don't understand that there's just those fucking days you wake up and you don't want to do anything. You don't want to paint. You just don't. And it turns into a week and it turns into a month and you just don't want to paint. They don't understand that. Unless you're an artist and you've been doing it full time for years and years and years like myself, you don't know what that is. You have no idea what that is. And if you're coaching someone and you're a marketer or professional, you know, whatever, you know, salesperson or whatever, and you crafted something for artists and you're coaching them, and artists go to you and they're like, yeah, you may not understand a lot of the challenges that an artist goes to. The shame in it. A lot of artists have shame. You're watching this, you probably have some of that. A lot of artists have shame. They have shame in spending time doing something that's not paying off. And unless you're an artist, you don't understand that. You don't understand the shame that artists feel. Because they need to create artwork and they need to get paid for it if they want to do it full time. And their spouses, their family members look at them and say, what the fuck are you doing? Go get yourself a real job. Or maybe they're not saying anything, but there's an internal shame happening. I need to make this work, man. I love doing this. This is my life. This is my passion. And I haven't been able to do it. And all they carry around is shame. Unless you're an art, you could be a coach doing this, but unless you're an artist, a full-time artist, you don't really understand this. Like, you understand it if you're not a full-time artist, but if you're a full-time artist, you understand how to get out of it, how to leave that door. Another door is price oppositions, you know. People have all these fears about pricing. They're like, man, where should I price? Should I price my stuff low? Oh, man, I don't want to burn my image. Should I price my stuff high? Oh, man, I don't want to do that. Oh, my God. What if people don't buy from me? I need to find a medium price. What's the right price? Unless you're an artist who's been selling your work, you know none of that shit matters. See, but you don't know that unless you've been through it. Like, let me raise my hand again, like me. Now, the reason I'm saying this is not to be cocky or anything. It's to let you know, look, I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this. I learned how to make 100K, 200K, 3, 4, 5. You get the point. I learned how to do that. And now I want to show you, now that I thought to myself, look, when I first made 100K, I had so many people telling me, you need to teach that. But I didn't feel like I could teach it because I didn't feel confident enough to teach it. To be like, you know what, I can show you how. I just thought I got lucky. Looking back now, I'm like, oh, no, I just worked really hard. But looking back, right, now I can see in hindsight, I can see what happened. But when I first was doing it, I was like, oh, man, I got lucky. See, because you don't take credit. A lot of artists, unless you're an artist, you probably know this. A lot of artists don't take credit for what they do. People say you paint really great, and in the back of your mind, you like the words, but in the back of your mind, you're like, yeah, but I didn't really do that line really well. Yeah, you might even verbalize this to the person. You might even say, it's not my best work, right? This is what artists do. They don't take credit. We don't. We were taught to dislike what we do. We were taught to have it hoops. We were taught to get people to accept us through our work. This is a horrible thing, but we were taught that as a collective, as a collective, as artists, as a collective of human beings, we were taught to do that. This is why the galleries, they do that shit so much. They're like, well, let me see, send your artwork for review. I'm like, send my artwork for review? What do you mean send your artwork for review? Today we have so much artwork online. Just Google me or Instagram me. Here's my Instagram account. Look at my artwork. No, send it for review. I'm not going to jump a hoop. Look at it. If you think you can sell it, sell it. If you don't think you can, I mean, it's very obvious if you think that you can sell it or not. If you can be like, well, this is an amateur painter, or, this painter needs a bit more practice, or whatever they need to mentalize about it, right? But if you've been doing it for, I don't know, a couple of years or whatever, look, even if you've just been doing it for 6 months or a year, there is a crowd for you. You just don't know that. Especially if you've been doing it for 5, 6, 10 years, there is a crowd for you. You just don't know that. You're hoping to get better at painting. And what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to get frequent, not better. You can do that on your own time. I don't care about you getting better. Better is a byproduct of getting frequent. I'm going to show you how to get frequent so that you can get paid for it. How to get frequent in the marketplace. How to show up so that people can buy your stuff. And that's what most artists don't know. So I hope this makes any sense, guys. If you are looking to generate income from your artwork, this might be your lucky day. Okay, this might be your lucky day. I started doing this yesterday. I said I'm going to take in 5 people. My initial price was $9.95. Okay, $9.95, $1,000 per person. I don't know. You're learning from the artist who's done it. You're not learning from some marketer in a Starbucks trying to put together a marketing plan for you. You're learning from someone who's doing. Not only did I do it, I'm still doing it. To this day, I'm still selling artwork, hundreds of pieces, yeah, thousands. And the reason I say this, guys, again, it's not to appear cocky or anything. It's to let you know. Look, I know what I'm talking about. I just do it. If you don't believe me, that's fine. Go about your day. You don't need me, really. I'm doing this video not because you need me. I'm doing this video to reach out to the people that do know what I'm talking about, that do know that I know what I'm doing, that see me online. If you see me shipping my work, you know I'm not bullshitting. If you've seen my helpers here, if you've seen my team here helping me, if you've seen my studio, if you know what I'm talking about, it's time for you to jump. Stop playing with it. I'm calling you out. Like, stop playing with it. You're not gonna get it for less than $400. You're not gonna get a strategy. I promise you that. You're not gonna get a strategy, especially from a working artist. Most working artists are quiet. They don't want to talk about this. You talk to an artist who's doing 100K through the gallery route. They won't even, one, because they don't have time to do so. Right? They just don't have time. They're busy working at it. And 2, you'll get some bullshit like, yeah, just work hard. And when you feel like working hard, work a little harder. You'll get some bullshit stuff, right? Some YouTube stuff. I do a lot of those videos on YouTube. But you're not going to get a strategy. Look, this is what we're going to do, okay? You're going to start here, and you're going to start doing A, B, and C. Once you get to C, this is what's going to happen now. This is a plan. This is a strategy. This is how you're going to do it. This is how I did it. I'm going to show you how I went from zero, okay, $2,000, $2,000 a year selling artwork. I literally was doing $2,000 a year selling artwork to $100,000 in a single year selling artwork. If this is something that matters to you, you need to DM me. If it doesn't, I understand. No shame in it, but I promise you, you're not going to find out this info through Google search. People that are doing the Google stuff, guys, a lot of them aren't, they're not even artists, guys. They're just people that like to write articles. People that are like, oh, this is how you market. Oh, I know because I've done it myself, guys. That's why I'm inviting you to do it. I'm inviting you to get out of that mentality of, I'm going to find this out for free. You're not going to find it out for free. You're going to find it out through years of hard knocks. If you don't let it go. Because if you go and let it go and let it go and let it go, it's going to take you, I don't know, years and years and years if you ever get there that way. You have to go and stick to it. And most people don't. They don't go and stick to it. Why? Not because they're lazy, guys. Because they don't know. You go at it I tell you, go and this is how you're going to generate income online, or this is how you're going to generate income through selling through to galleries. You go, you make a little bit of money, right? You make a little bit of money, and you start thinking. You start trying to make sense of how you make the money. You don't realize that the plan is very simple. Or you go and you don't make money, right? You don't make money the first time out, and you're like, no, I don't think that this is it. I don't think you're starting to think of it. And it's not because you're lazy. I want to repeat this to you. It's not because you're not procrastinating because you're lazy. You begin to procrastinate because you're missing information. You're missing data. If someone were to tell you, look, regardless of how you feel, how it feels, just keep walking. Here, let me hold your hand. I know it's dark. I know it looks like there's no north. You don't know where to go. I've walked through there. Let me hold your hand. Just keep walking. But I'm fearful. I don't know. Just keep walking. Just keep walking. I know exactly where the post is, where the first post is. I know where those 100K are. I know where they're at. I've been there. I've done it many, many, many times. I know where it's at. We're just going to keep walking. So, again, guys, I got to get back to work. But this is an invitation. There's only one spot left. Okay? Yesterday I said 5. 4 already took it. There's only one spot left. And if you want to be the 5th person, I promise you the 6th person is going to pay $1,000. Okay? Because there's a lot of people that want to do it. I got over 10 emails yesterday and DMs and whatnot over the 4 that one of them, I don't know, one of them is still thinking about it. So if you're not thinking about it, you probably should beat her to the punch. If you're thinking about it, she might beat you to the punch because she says she's going to think about it throughout the weekend. So, I don't know, if maybe that'll teach her a lesson to not be sitting on a great opportunity. I don't know. So there it is, guys. Again, my name is Jose Trujillo. I'm an artist. If you watch this elsewhere, if you watch this on YouTube, I'm gonna put my info, my website, my info on the bottom. And you can reach me there. I don't put my email directly there because sometimes I get some hate mail. But you can reach me. I'll make you work a little bit to contact me on YouTube because everyone's on YouTube. So I don't know. Most people are really great, but there's usually 1 or 2 that are disrespectful. So that's why. Anyways, so there it is, guys. Take care. Regardless of what you do, whether you do it with me or not, go do something, guys. Go do something. It doesn't matter. Just don't sit on it. Okay? Don't sit on it. If it matters to you, I know what it means. I know the shame. I know the procrastination. I know the anxiety that you want to paint but you can't. It's fear, guys. It's fear. I've been through it many, many times. I've been through it. And unless you've been through it enough, you know how to get out of. I know how to get out of it instantly. I know how to get out of it because I know exactly the steps to take. I can show you how to do that. All right. Take care, guys. Adios.